in the midst of ayahuasca ceremony, but not the actual ayahuasca ceremony, as if you did the psychedelic medicine and purge your soul out of all the negativity and all the sins that you carry around on you with you on a daily basis. I feel like I'm walking the real life realization of ayahuasca purging. I feel like currently where I'm standing in life is purging my sins. It's like a reflection of the things that I need to learn to grow in and work on, and many different aspects of my life that's coming to fruition that I feel as though are very important for me to acknowledge and grow in. And sometimes when you're in the eye of the storm, you can't really see your way out of the storm, or you can't uh, see the message until the storm has calmed, and then you can be like, oh, these were the messages that for me to see and for me to learn from. Um, and there's a lot to learn once the storm calms. There's a lot to learn in the midst of the storm as you navigate your way through it, and you find shelter in certain spots, and you find comfort in certain spots. You in the midst of the storm, you're always going to try to find shelter. You kind of cover your head from the rain, but you're still going to get a little wet, no matter what. It's not. It's just shelter. It's not. It's still raining. The storm's still happening. So in the midst of those shelters, you can ponder. I like to meditate and find grounding, so that way you can try to find answers and you know be more clear with your actions. And I believe being consistent with your actions as well is very important as well. It's a very important aspect to hold um, as you carry on through the storm. And these moments of shelter to find your grounding can keep you consistent. But also, it's to remind yourself to give yourself grace, because in the midst of the storm and staying consistent isn't an easy feat for anyone. I don't believe. As I walk through a storm, some people are better at keeping their ground as they walk through the storm, and that takes, I feel, an incredible amount of wisdom and patience, and I think that comes from experience. It's like if I ever have to walk through a storm again, which I'm sure I will. I'm only 26, and if my life carries on for many, many more years, I'm sure there's gonna be many more storms I'm gonna have to endure. And as I endure the storms, they won't feel as heavy and almost like I'm under the cloud of a tornado. It would feel more relieving. It could feel more understanding. It's like, oh, I've been here before in different aspects, in certain aspects, and let me use this wisdom to place into my life. That way I can endure this storm with consistency and with understanding, and just using that pure wisdom. And I feel this right now, I'm in the midst of just finding that wisdom for myself. I'm in the midst of learning things, understand them, because you can tell somebody all you want and show somebody all you want some things. Like, you can teach your kids things, but all you can do is just tell them and teach them things, because at the end of the day, you're going to have to walk a path and experience them for yourself and then learn from it, so that way they don't do it again. You just got to teach your child, or we all need to understand how to make a mistake and then not make that mistake again, or learn to not make it again. So I feel like that's an important lesson to learn and to uphold and keep. Um, and sometimes you have to fuck around and find out. some may say, you know, you have to kind of get out there, and sometimes you have to fall into the fucking pool of water several times before that lesson actually clicks in for some, depending on what that lesson is. Sometimes we have life lessons that I feel as though we may walk with and carry with ourselves, because you know some lessons are easy to learn and click, can be instant. Sometimes some of them are instant, some of them take a little bit of time to really integrate into yourself. And then some of them never really click for a while. It's like you can spend half your life trying to learn a certain lesson, and I don't find that there's any shame in that, because I feel like we all kind of carry some kind of baggage, if you want to say, of a lesson or something that we could instantly change or grow from, but it's something that we're going to have to carry with us, and it can almost integrate into our identity and become hard for us to even learn that lesson because it's so integrated into us. Some of them are just like that, some of them aren't. And that's where it's not about relieving yourself of that ego, but yet transcending it. It's like eventually you're looking in the mirror and seeing something, but then realizing that it's almost a part of you now, and that changing it's almost harming yourself. At some point you have to transcend it, use it, find the positivity and the good in it, because within the dark there's always a light, there's always a good, there's always a positive, there's always something to find gratitude within. So yeah, if you're gonna, even if you carry some darkness with you, even if you walk within the shadows and carry some heavy life lesson that may be hard for you to relieve off your shoulders, because at this point it's kind of encrusted into you in some way, there's ways to transcend it into something beautiful. It may take a lot of hard work, but it is there. I'm finding that in my own way with some of the lessons I realized that may be challenging for me to change. It's like, because there's certain aspects of myself where I notice something immediately and I could change it instantly. Like it was an issue for me to go like, oh. But then there's some other ones that I realize are a little bit more challenging, based off of whether it's embedded into me based off of my programming from growing up, or from my situation I'm in. Sometimes you're just in triggering situations. You're in situations that are can feel insurmountable to your soul, that those negative programmings shoot up and come out of you, and it can be very hard to be like, and that's when you're in the storm you have to take that shelter, because you're going to spit up, you know, that darkness, but seek shelter to find peace, so you can come out holding that peace, you know. And that's the thing, we all carry negative programming from our upbringing. You know, there's always something there, but it's our duty to realize and see it and change it, do something better. And it all comes with lessons. We're all going to experience things, make mistakes, and yeah, have to seek shelter. But you, I, and the rest of the world, we're all going to shoot out and come out with our truest intention, with our truest love. Walk like this man right here. I think, I'm not a Christian, but Jesus is a very prominent figure in life, because I think you can learn a lot from Jesus, and just how he was as a human being, and his story. Immense amount of integrity and wisdom from the get-go. and to accept and love people of all kinds, and to only express love, to lead with your heart in such an unconditional way. I feel it's a gift. I don't know if Jesus was a person, his whole entire being, the mistakes he made, because we only know the beauty. I would like to know if he made any mistakes. He had to learn any lessons, because I feel like we all do. But it's a lot. I learned a lot to learn from someone like Jesus Christ. So. Peace and love, everyone. Hope you guys have a lovely day. Hope this message was well received to the universe. And yeah. Bye-bye.